while back, I'm talking about a long ways back, I was researching everything to do with legalism and where it goes to China in its background. Most people don't realize that legalism is more towards a Chinese system of philosophy of law. And I ran across a few essays trying to track the earliest legal surnames and where they came from. And in this one essay, and I wish I had it in front of me right now, but you run across these things over the years and you put them in a file, and hopefully I'll find it. I haven't been able to research it or find it again on the internet, but I believe it's there. The odds are it's still there. But it was dealing with where they believe the earliest rendering of the assignment of legal surnames and how they came about, and it goes back to an emperor, and surprisingly, the emperor's name was Emperor Fu, which was Emperor Fu. So I hope you get the understanding where I'm going with this, that legal system definitely is associated with a pretty bad screw you energy, and you've been caught in it, but you have to take a deep breath, because you're never going to get to the end of this if you're going to go out there on some rampage of war. We're here for peace. You're here to make peace, not war. So when we go into the system on how the name operates, this is a pretty simple explanation, breaking it down. The Roman civil system that we're operating law on is dealing with fiction. So you're never really a member. You just are deemed to be a member for the purposes of court jurisdiction, because there'd be no way to process anybody if they were not deemed to be in the jurisdiction of the society of law that is around them or legal. So we're just going to take that your given name is truth, so we put that there, and the last name is fiction. If you look up last in some of the law dictionaries, blacks, you'll find that even the word last will even be defined as a burden. Now we know that leads to burden of proof. So if the given name comes in walking into court in the appearance of the last name, well, then there's no burden of proof required upon the Crown to prove their case on who's bearing the title that they're accusing. And I hope that wasn't too much of a tongue twister there. Just go over that statement a few times and you will comprehend where we're going. When people were wearing t-shirts in some parts of Ontario and said they're not the person, I was always saying, well, if you're not the person, what are you doing there? Because you're energizing the very thing, and it doesn't make any sense. Why would someone who's not the person be there? And that's where these crazy theories came out from sovereignty freemen groups, that it was all based on upper lowercase renderings and all capital titles that were showing up on the court, and if it was written in proper upper lowercase, then it wouldn't be affecting them. And that's not a case that's going to work for you, okay? Because it's not how the Roman system operated from the beginning. The Roman system of letters started only with capital letters, so there was no Roman upper lowercase. So we're going to go to going down this. We see given name, that's a given, that's a fact. A fact is not a fiction. But the problem when a fact energizes or sureties a fictitious name, then it's walking in there, authenticating it, and verifying it, and validating it, even though it's not valid. Without this validating that, there is no surety to charge. On its own, this is fiction. So the civil law of man is only based on this, but it needed to induce this in order to operate that with fees, fines, and penalties. So if I get you to believe that this is yours on this side, then you're going to walk around as a very blind surety. And you'll just keep on paying for it. It's very simple. It's called fee simple. I simply charge you a fee. In their system of legal, don't confuse it with law from God. Law is what's laid down and established, laid down. And then legal is basically to collect. So they have a big collection agency on this side for anybody who wants to claim something from it. You pay for what is not yours in title. And that's why everything is trafficking and licensed behavior using the title. In their theory on this, the legal side is positive law. In addition, the guys who operate it are adders, snakes, vipers. They lay in wait, as Jesus called them. Woe unto ye lawyers, for you take away the key of knowledge. So what's happening here, the adders, which is a poisonous snake, they add a name to your real name, and then they get your real name to believe in a lie. And that's how we have the Genesis account with Eve and the serpent. The serpent's been around a long time, and he's extremely well practiced at this right now. And he's got lots of practicing liars out there that operate a system to have you involved because they couldn't parasite anything from you without you believing in the fiction. So their terminology is X is Y and can't be disproved. Because when X, truth, goes into the jurisdiction of Y, it's merged, and now X is responsible for using the Y side. And of course, a Y is a question mark, right? So they're always going to question you over there. And I always ask you, why do you keep on claiming it? Why do you keep on trespassing on it with the private name? Remove the truth out of it, and you've only got fiction, and that's their world. This side doesn't work in fiction. It's only fiction in fiction. They basically register fabled genealogies. A fabled name with no origin of really where it came from, unless you're going to really point it back to the beginning in Genesis, to the father of the lie, which is Satan, the serpent. So simply, we have something here to review. Take your time on it. We're doing our best to try to keep these videos simple. We're not here preaching at anybody. We're just here sharing what we found. I hope this video will be of benefit to you.